Hey, are you not coming home today as well? This whole week you've been coming home really late or not at all. What the heck has been going on with you?
Ugh. You're so annoying. Every evening going on and on like that. I'm an adult, all right? I have the right to do whatever I want, whenever I want, outside of that house. Stop acting like my dang mom.
I'm not trying to question you like your mom, though. I'm questioning you like your wife, and I want to know why you keep coming home so late in the night. That's all.
I'm fed up with being in that house. I don't know what it is with you wanting to save money all the time, but the only thing you talk about is saving water and saving electricity, and it's pissing me off. I'm already tired from work when I get home, and I don't need to hear anything from you besides you getting the chores done.
Then when you're done using the faucet, turn it off, and when you leave the house, turn off the lights. You said you're an adult, but you're sure not acting like one. Why is it so hard for you to do the most basic things, Finn?
I hate it when you always tell me what to do. If the water's still running when you go to the sink, you can turn it off yourself, and boom, the water's no longer running. You don't have to call me to come over and turn it off for you. Do you have any idea who you have to thank for the life you're getting to live?
You and myself, because we're both working full-time jobs.
Anywho, the way you're always preaching to me has pissed me off. Tonight, I'm not coming home, so you can stop talking to me now.
I'm sure you're with another woman right now, correct?
Huh? Show me what evidence you have for saying that. I'm sure you're thinking you could get pretty lucky right now by divorcing me and getting a settlement if I'm cheating on you. That's the kind of scummy woman you are. All you care about is money.
Whoever said all I care about is money? I want us saving money for our future.
Liar. You love money, right? You're not married to me for me, but for the money that I'm bringing in, right? And when it comes to yourself, just the other day you went out for a night on the town, right?
That was just me going out with one of my girlfriends from college for some drinks. We had some things we both wanted to talk about was all.
Is that so? I guess I can understand that since the best parts of your life were back in college. I heard about how back then you were the head of your performing arts club and very popular with everyone. You're probably wanting to go out with all your old friends to reminisce about your college days since that was when you were in your prime, right? Looky there, right on the mark. Well, whatever. You're annoying me, so don't even message me anymore tonight.
Hey, what is this about, Finn? I have one of your dress shirts in my hand right now, and there is red lipstick all over the collar of it. Also, there was a card from the strip club in the chest pocket.
Huh? I went to the strip club as a part of my work event, and while I was there, one of the girls got her lipstick on my shirt. There are women like that in this world as well, you know. The kind that actually give a crap about what a man wants. But I'm sorry, because you can't count that as me cheating on you.
What the hell, Finn? Do you think I want you to be out cheating on me or something?
Liar! I know you'd want to get a settlement from me if I were to cheat on you. That's why you keep lacking in the looks department to try and get me to move towards someone more attractive and exciting than you, right?
What?
I'm saying there's not a single thing about you that's attractive. Back when you and I first started dating, you were pretty good looking and wanted to play around with me. But now there isn't even a shadow of your past self anymore, and all you do is whine and complain about me. That's part of your plan though, right?
What are you talking about? That is not at all what I'm trying to do.
I know the kind of woman you are. You love it when your man leaves the house and finds another woman to play with because you can get access to all their money. But I'm fighting back by not going out with any other woman so that you can't get to my money. It's been a hard battle for me so far, though.
Why are you totally okay with saying something that heartless to your own wife?
Huh? What about that was so heartless of me? You've been making yourself look less and less attractive in order to get me to cheat on you, right? Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job of it.
That is not at all what I'm trying to do, though. You are just being delusional for some reason.
What? So you're not doing all of that on purpose? So what you're saying is that you just lost every single part of you that did make you attractive? What a waste you are, then! Oh, back in school you were so good looking, Liv. I had to put in a lot of work to get a woman like you to fall for me and then make you my wife. But now I can see that was all for nothing. How depressing!
So what? You're just going to keep making fun of me and my looks for the rest of our marriage? You have changed even more than I have since college. Back then you were a gentleman and treated me like you actually wanted me to love you. But looking at you now...
I'll have you know that nothing about me has changed since my college days. I was just being kind to you in order to get you to love me back. I thought that because of your looks, having you as my girlfriend and wife would make me look even cooler. Yet look at how things have ended up. All you care about is saving money, saving money, saving money. You're such a boring woman now that I can't even get a hard on when I'm near you.
Yeah, you really are a pile of crap then. I can't believe I ever fell for you.
Hey. It's not my fault that you never realized who the real me was before tying the knot with me. That's all on you. I thought you were a lot smarter than this, but I guess you're nothing more than a head full of hot air. I feel like I'm being used. Actually, I've been the one using you, right?
All you ever do is call people idiots, stupid, and dumb. Do you really think that you're that smart of a man yourself?
Well, you are an idiot, right? You can't even understand concrete facts without needing someone to help explain them to you.
And what kind of concrete facts are you talking about?
I guess I have no choice but to explain them to you. Are any of my things still in that house there?
What?
Take a look in the bedroom. The only things that are left are the things I didn't need or the things that were yours. And that dress shirt you have with the lipstick stains, I don't need it anymore, so you can toss it.
What are you saying, Finn? What are you planning on doing?
You should know by now, right? I ran away from you and will never be coming back to you or that house again. I've had it up to here living in the same house as you, the most boring and basic-looking woman out there. My status has not gotten any better being your husband, and the only thing I've gained is stress.
So you have had another woman. You asshole. But is it really okay for you to be confessing to something like that right now?
Yeah, it's fine because I'm running away from you forever. Oh, that's right. There's one other thing I forgot to mention to you. That $100,000 that you've been saving up, her and I will be using it. We're both getting the heck out of here and we'll never be seeing you again.
Go right ahead and use it, but I'm not going to bother with you ever again then either.
Perfect! Bye-bye!
Liv! He just fell asleep and it didn't look like he's able to hear me, so I got away. Once he wakes up, he'll never be able to find me. Screw him, right? You did it? Oh, things went just as we had planned. Oh, thank you so much, Penny. By the way, Liv, I cannot believe you lasted a whopping 10 years married to a piece of work like that guy. I was only with him for a couple of days, and he was already making me want to go and off myself. That's how bad of a person he is. At the start, things were all right, actually. But as he and I began to grow older, he started to become more and more grumpy around me. I was never able to figure out what his true intentions were, so I take full responsibility for that. He's really left a stain on my life. I guess he does look like an alright guy on the outside, right? I was thinking that same thing when he and I first met. But it didn't take long before I realized that all he did was judge others and talk crap about them. He seems to think that he's the only intelligent person around and that everyone else is an airhead or something. I know, he was always calling me things like brainless and dumb. That's why I thought it was time for me to teach him a lesson, one that he would regret for the rest of his life. I'm sorry that this required you to have to deal with him for a bit, but thank you. Hey, it's all right. You don't have to feel sorry for me. You have done so much for me so far. And what I've done for the last time ended up helping you a whole bunch, which I'm very happy about. The last time, huh? So you really are quitting then? I am. And that's because I don't really have the brains that you have. I know that this is going to suck, but I have to quit. I'm not all that smart. Anyway, have you been doing all right safety-wise? I have been. He's been trying to look like a gentleman this whole time. And because he's been so madly in love with me, there's no way he'd do anything to upset me. Although all those feelings of his really make me want to vomit in my mouth right now. I'm happy to hear that you're still safe. Then please be careful as you run away from him. I will. I didn't bring my driver's license with me though, so I had to call a taxi to come get me, and then I'll be out of here. I've also got all the evidence that we need, so when you need it, please let me know. Thank you so much for getting that for me. I promise to make this all up for you later. Now, please have a safe trip home. Will do. I'm glad to hear that everything I did today really helped you out, Liv.
Hey, the door isn't opening and my key won't work on this lock. What's going on here? You're inside the house still, right? Get over here and open the door for me right now.
I went and had the lock changed so that the key in your hand isn't going to work anymore. And by the way, weren't you running away from me forever?
I came back to this house, right? Now shut up and open the dang door.
You couldn't even stay away from the house for one day, so what ended up happening with the other woman? Could it be that the other woman ran away from you?
She did not do that. Now shut up and get this dang door open. If it wasn't for me, then you would never be able to manage on your own, so let me back inside.
I think I can manage by myself, though. I happen to have a lot of money still in my savings. In my case, I don't really even need someone like you in my life anymore. So could you please leave me alone and go find a new place to crawl into for the night?
You! If that's how you're gonna backtalk me today, then I'm gonna make you regret ever opening your mouth. I have your checkbook. Do you really want me to go to the nearest bank to pull out all of that $100,000 you've saved up and then run away from you?
Go right ahead then, Finn. Please, go and take out as much of that money as you need.
You think you could just sass me all you want because I was the one that left the house? Open this damn door while I'm still being nice to you.
I don't want to open that door, though. I've already decided that I'm going to divorce you, so there's no reason to let you back inside. That's right. I'll hand you the divorce forms through the house's mail slot, so go ahead and sign them, and then take them to the courthouse for me.
This is your last chance, Liv. If you unlock this door right now, I will forgive all that sass you've just given me.
Forgive me for what? You were the one that left me for another woman, right? If anything, it should be you asking me for forgiveness right now after pulling a stunt like that.
All right, I get it. This now means that $100,000 you went and saved up the past couple of years is all mine now. I'll make sure to use it with great appreciation to you.
Go ahead then.
Yo! What the hell is going on here? Why is there nothing left in your savings account?
That's because a couple of days ago I went and transferred all of that money out of that account. I know that we'd been using it as a shared account, but you never put any of your money in there, and before getting married, it was mine. So that checkbook you have of mine is nothing more than a stack of papers now.
You! You went and did something like that without even getting my approval first?
And you went and ran off with another woman without ever getting my approval for that first. Now we're even.
You're gonna get it. I'm gonna sue your ass. I'll make sure all of that money comes back to me.
Goes back to you? This is all the money that I've been saving up over the years, so how come it would be going back to you? It was never yours in the first place, Finn. Also, when you say that you're going to sue me, don't you mean that I'm going to be suing you?
Huh? And what reason do you have for doing that?
Well, you did cheat on me with another woman and then tried to run off with her, right? That really broke my heart into multiple pieces. So now I have the right to sue you and get a settlement for what you did to me and this relationship we had.
Then show me the evidence you have of that. Sure, I did say to you that I was running off with another woman, but that was just a simple joke. And I was back within 24 hours of saying that, right? So you don't have any proof of me being with another woman and doing anything with her.
You really think calling what you told me before a joke is going to work with the judge?
I don't have to prove anything to the judge because I'm telling the truth. And I know that the only reason you're trying to get this divorce now is to try and take all my money because money is all you care about. I will not allow that to happen, though. Blah, blah, blah. Show me right now what evidence you have of me cheating on you, you idiot.
I have the evidence right here if you're really wanting to see it.
What?
I can send it to you all right now if you want, so have a look if you're brave enough.
Hey, why? How? Why do you have pictures like this of me on your phone?
I was able to get them from the woman you ran away from me with. She wasn't really that into you in the end, and she felt very sorry about me. So after she ran away from you, she got in touch with me and sent me all these photos.
Dad, bitch. Not only did she go and steal my car, but she went and stabbed me in the back as well.
She stole that car from you? Didn't you tell her that you gave her that car? That makes the car hers, and she could do whatever she wanted to with it.
Why do you know about that?
We don't have to worry about that right now. I'm going to be suing you for what you've done. And that means I will be using all of the evidence at my disposal.
No, none of this is gonna work as evidence. I guess there were some pictures in here of me at a hotel, but these are all photos taken of me when I was away on a business trip.
Huh? Are you sure?
The hotel was packed, so there was only one room open for all of us to get into. And during our time in that room, my coworker went and took that photo with me for fun.
I love hearing just how far you can take some of these lies, Fen.
I'm not lying, though, and it's not like there's anyone else in these pictures, right? Just me and the hotel room. Show me the evidence you have that proves a woman was taking these.
All right, then listen to this audio recording for me.
Audio recording? What? You were even able to get a recording of us?
And as you can tell by the recording, you were having a lot of fun telling that other woman you loved her so much. And since there's no background noise, that basically proves that you were alone in the same room with her. So what do you think? Do you still have any excuses to try and bail yourself out with?
No! This is all...
All you're going to be doing to yourself by continuing with the excuses is making yourself look like a sore loser. Hurry up and just confess to what you've been doing.
Jesus. I cannot believe that a recording like this was taken while I was there. How embarrassing for us. Well, this was just me and one of my female co-workers role-playing. We were doing a gag of a man trying to flirt with a woman he saw at the bar.
You sure?
One of my female workers was wanting to know what it felt like to be talked to by a man that was into her, so I thought I'd help show her what it could be like. It was kind of like practice for her so that she could prepare herself for future encounters, you see. That's why I was talking to her like that. That recording you have is from that moment when we were role-playing. I didn't think that anyone was actually recording us then, though. She must have wanted to listen to it again later on for more practice.
No matter what you have to say about this, you seemed very serious about the things you said to her, and even more serious about the responses you gave to her opening up.
I told you that we were just role-playing. Maybe she was being serious then because I do happen to be a pretty affectionate guy. But I was just performing my role then, and I wanted to take it very seriously, for her sake. I'm happy to hear from you, though, that it sounds very real.
Things have gotten pretty enjoyable now. I would love to see how much further you could use that excuse, but I have to end the fun here. So I'll give you the last piece of evidence that I have.
What? If you had freaking video of what happened, you should have showed me that from the start.
And as you can see from that video recording, you can be seen going into that hotel with a younger girl and taking her up in that hotel room. And in the video, we can luckily hear you talking to her all the way up to the room about how you were going to do what? Rearrange her guts? There's also the date and time shown on the video, and it shows this all went down yesterday night. So what kind of an excuse are you going to try on me this time?
Even for a smart man like myself, I know there's no way of getting out of this.
So you're finally giving up then? Then leave it to me to make sure you get sued hard in court. Not only do I have the evidence of you cheating on me, but I also have the evidence of you trying to steal my money and of all the terrible things you've said to me along the way. I'm taking bets right now for how much money I'll be able to get from you in court. What do you think?
Hey, but even after all that, I came back to you, right? I've learned my lesson. I'm serious.
And who do you think is going to believe that? Just a second ago, you were still trying to lie to me about what happened.
That was just me trying to protect myself. That's something I'm always doing, right? I don't mean to lie, but I just do when it's about protecting myself. I have a lot of pride, and that means I have to protect it at all costs. Especially when I'm being talked poorly about.
So you know yourself better than anyone else.
That's right, I do. So
you think you've learned your lesson too? I'm not so sure about that.
Give me one last chance. I can't pay off something like a settlement right now. I promise to turn the way I act around you around, and then I'll be more serious.
Just to let you know, I'm already in talks with my lawyer, so no matter how much you try apologizing to me, it is no use at all. Okay? If you still feel that you need to apologize to me, then be my guest. I won't stop you.
Your lawyer? I get you changing the lock on me and such, but why are you already in the talks with a lawyer? Also, why do you have this kind of evidence on your phone?
Like I told you, that woman you were with felt bad for me, and that's why she ran away from you last minute and told me what happened. She even apologized to me properly for what she'd done, so I forgave her. She's a very responsible woman.
She was the one who approached me first, though. I even told her that I was married and didn't want to do anything. Yet you still think she's a good person for what she did?
We can never know for sure why some people do the things they do. And in her case, she had a lot going on inside her head at the time.
Something about this is not right. You don't tell me that she was your accomplice in all of this.
What? Now, why would I ever have an accomplice? Wasn't it you that wanted to do all of that with her in the end? I never asked her to do anything with you. Penny, you really helped me out a ton this time, so thank you. Because of all that evidence you got for me, I was able to tear Finn a new one, and things are looking good for me when I take this to court. Don't worry about it. I'm just happy that I could be of some help to you. You've always been a very good friend of mine. I wasn't really going to ask for any money at the start of all this, but he was a real pain in the butt to deal with, so I just had to take a little bit from you. I totally understand that. I asked you to do one of the worst jobs imaginable. I had a look at the video you took, by the way, and you really put on one of the best performances I've ever seen. You looked so natural that for a little bit there, I thought you were actually into him. I guess that's why you became an actor and not me. What are you saying? You were the one that taught me all about acting in the first place, and that's how I became so talented. You were the head of the performing arts group for 3 years there, so you should know all of that performance was because of you. You are being way too kind to me. And like I was saying, I'm not the one that actually became an actor, right? You're the one living life as a celebrity, and I've just been sitting around working in an office job. Also, you have that really big movie coming up, right? All I've done to get here is just show up to work and audition for things I think I might be good at. I don't think that makes me a good actor, or I guess actress, or anything. Also, I'm quitting now, right? And one thing I wasn't wanting to bring up is that Finn was the one that took away your future of becoming an actress yourself, right? I will never forgive him for that. But I think you quitting is a waste of such good talent. I think you have a far wider set of skills that most people don't have that allows you to fit into so many roles. Come on now, come on. Then why did you end up quitting your job as an actress? You are far more competent than I am and have always been better at performing any role. We both know this, everyone does. I know that everyone always said that about me, but that was just everyone being kind. To me, I didn't think that I was as good as the rest of you in that group, and knew that me taking a role in someone else's creation meant one of you couldn't. That's why I chose to quit when I could, so that all of you who I knew were better than me could succeed. To put it bluntly, though, I ran away. You ran away? Then why did you continue working as my private instructor? Well, I still love things like the performing arts, but I thought I'd be more fit as someone's teacher rather than the performer themselves. That's why every chance that I got, I came to mentor you and make sure you were okay. But it's not like you needed my help by the time we both graduated from college, because you had already surpassed me. No, wait, that's not... That's why I sometimes never viewed myself as your teacher, but as your supporter. I may have helped you get to where you were, but I wasn't the one doing all the hard work for you. Well, I suppose that's true. I mean, look at what happened this time. You were able to perform your job as an actress so well that you pulled off a job that even I couldn't have done, all without needing to rely on me for anything. You need to have confidence in yourself, not just for yourself, but for me as well. All right? Okay. If the person I've always looked up to is saying that, then I'll be more confident in myself. I guess I won't quit just yet, and we'll take this career a little bit further. I think after this movie releases, you'll have to. And if you ever need anything from me, just let me know. After that, I went and took Finn to court and won the case without even having to question anything. Although there was one thing that happened towards the end of the case that I will never forget, and that was the face Finn made when he realized it was all over. He was trying to lie once again and make excuses for all the things he had done with Penny at the hotel, but by the time he realized nobody was buying it, not even his own lawyer, he looked over at me with that pale face. Before the judge made his final judgment, Finn came over to the desk that I was at with my lawyer and started to break down, asking me with all his heart for forgiveness. But instead of saying anything back to him, all I did was give him the middle finger. He was then taken back to his side of the courtroom, where we then got to listen to what the judge had to say. In the end, I was able to get a massive settlement from him that he would never be able to back away from. I was not only able to win a settlement because of him cheating on me, but I was also awarded a second one for his attempt at stealing my money. Those both left him having to pay me $25,000, and with the divorce, he would also be given nothing at all. A week later, I received that money, and since that day, I have never had to think about him again. I found out later that based off what all had happened, Finn's workplace found out and the news spread to everyone. He was not laid off or anything when his bosses and everyone found out, but he did start to get treated like he wasn't even there, as everyone in the office ignored him with disgust. And not too long after having to live through that, Finn went and quit his job there before leaving the small apartment he'd been renting and running off. It seems that the pressure he received after being exposed for the way he was treating his wife and about how he tried to steal all of his wife's money from her bank account started to teach him the lessons I was waiting for. Right now, he's moved back in with his parents and is helping them both out on their farm, living a much simpler life, where he'll have all the time in the world to keep regretting what he had done. As for myself, I started to live life as a single woman again, and since I was now completely free again, I went and quit my company job. I moved away from the house that both Finn and I had shared while we were married, and with the money I had won and the savings I had, I moved out to California to be closer to Penny and a couple other of my old friends from college. Now I'm working in performing arts again as an on-hand assistant for a set in Hollywood, where Penny is currently working as well. I'm not making nearly as much as I was back at the office job I had, but I'm able to enjoy the things I love a lot more often, and I think that that's a very good payoff. The movie that Penny debuted in ended up being a massive hit, and now she's being asked to play in another movie by that same director. She was even invited to a ceremony for actors and actresses later that year, and she said she'd be bringing me along as her +1 when the time came. She will still be working close to the same set that I'm at, so I'll be able to watch her from the back as she does what she does best, and that is acting. She knows that I'm working near her now, and I made sure to tell her that if she ever needs any confidence boosting, to come over and let me handle it. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
I'm going to be getting married to a really well-off man, Grant. We're planning to have an absolutely gorgeous wedding because of him, and I plan to invite all my old classmates. However, the only person that's not going to be invited is you.
Huh?
So I wonder if you even understand what I'm saying. Hello? Did you hear me, Grant? Do you understand? Maybe I made the mistake of thinking you could read as well.
No, I can read everything you're saying, but what do you mean?
I'm saying that you're not invited to my wedding. Can you figure out the reason why that is? That's because you're missing one of your legs. And I have no plans on having a man missing a leg at my wedding. The whole occasion would become all depressing because of you.
I'm sorry for missing a leg, but that's not going to be a problem for me. Because to be honest, I don't even want to come to your wedding. So why did you decide to go out of your way today to send me all of this hateful stuff? Did I ever say that I wanted to come? Ever?
I'm sure you wanted to come, but are just trying to act strong now because of me denying you. My wedding is the type of thing everyone around is talking about right now, and there's not one person that said they didn't want to come.
I'm very jealous of your ability to think that everyone cares about your insignificant wedding. but I really do not care about your wedding. Really, I'd have liked it if you just kept all of this to yourself and never texted me in the first place. But I understand what you want. So, congrats on that wedding.
Oh, it must be so painful to know that all your other classmates are getting invited to this wedding, and yet you're not allowed to come.
You shouldn't be saying that when it's you that doesn't want me there.
Oh? So you do want to come after all. It's best if you tell me your true feelings. If you really want to keep thinking about why you're not invited, I'll give you some more time to think about it.
I already get what you mean, Camila. Really, shouldn't you be thinking about why you seem to still want me to come?
I don't want you to come, no. There's a limit to being confused by all of this. Well, if for whatever reason you still do want to come, I guess I could let you. But there will be some conditions.
No. I told you already that I don't want to come.
If you can walk here, then I'm fine with you coming. Are you still in that wheelchair?
I don't need that chair anymore, because I have an artificial leg now.
What? Oh, it's crazy having a peg leg. Ooh. Then you still can't walk, right?
What reason do you think I got this prosthetic? I was able to get myself one and a few months of training so that I am able to walk like I do now.
Well, that's too bad. That means you can come to my wedding now.
Camila, I really have no clue what you want to say to me, but I really do not plan to come to your wedding. Even if you did send me a formal invitation, I still probably wouldn't have decided to go. I've gone and washed all the past away now, so I have no intention of meeting you again. At this point, the two of us have become adults, and there's no reason for you to continue making fun of me now, right?
It's funny that a man without a leg is still trying to talk back to me. I wanted you to just listen to what I had to say, and that's all. But I guess this has all just been a big waste of time. Well, it's whatever. I'm gonna take back what I said, and now you are for sure not allowed into your old girlfriend's wedding.
And I never wanted to be there in the first place, so you can rest easy now. Now stop contacting me, okay? That's all I have to ask from you. The day of the wedding...
You idiot! It's your fault for coming to my wedding uninvited even after we had all talked. What reason made a peg-legged man like you come here today?
You're the worst, Camila. I'd always been thinking that there was something wrong with you, but looking down on me because of my prosthetic, and then pushing me into the fountain in the front lobby of the wedding hall? I don't think anyone sane could ever do that to someone else, unprovoked.
And I'm thinking you're insane for ever coming here. I told you over and over again that I didn't want you here, and yet you still came? This isn't even okay for a former classmate to do to me. So for what reason did you decide to come here and ruin my wedding?
Do you really think I came all the way to your wedding to ruin it out of spite or something?
Well, what other reason could you have? Maybe you came here to make me look like an idiot with the intention of trying to get back together? Well, that won't happen because you can't even catch me when you only have one leg. I'm so happy I had people next to me today to help me in dealing with you.
So, you think I came here with only myself in mind then? Well, even if that were the case, pushing me into that pool of water was not necessary. I can't even say that in all my time on this earth, I've ever met someone worse than you, Camila.
Oh, shut up, Grant. What makes you think you can say that to me after coming here to ruin my wedding? I never wanted a legless man at my wedding in the first place.
You really have a problem with discriminating against me. But now that you did all of that and threw me out of there, you're going to have far bigger problems on your hands. Are you really okay with that?
What kind of problems? Having you here is the only problem. A low-class man missing a leg and having to hobble around is telling me that I have problems? Me? The one that's part of the elite now? I was hoping that pushing you into that water would make you realize that you're not even close to the same class as the rest of us. So now get lost.
I'm going now.
I want an ugly and drenched loser to be gone.
If you knew the real reason I came to your wedding today, you'd regret everything that you've done to me. But now, I really can't stand the look of your face anymore. And so, I'll do as you wish and get lost. However, I'm really looking forward to hearing about how far you fall after learning the truth.
I don't care. Just get the hell out of here. I don't want my excellent wedding getting any more tainted by you than it already has been.
I'm leaving. Enjoy your wedding. Take good care of my brother as well.
Huh?
Goodbye now.
Who are you talking about? Brother? I don't get it.
The groom today is my older brother.
Huh? Drew is?
I think when Drew finds out about all of this, he's going to have to cancel this whole wedding.
Wait, what kind of poor joke is that? Are you really that lost after what happened today? I think you need to get lost before you start to lose any more of your sanity from getting pushed into that fountain. There's just no way Drew could be your older brother.
Why can't he be?
Huh? Why can't he be?
We both have the same last name, and we have a pretty rare last name at that. So why do you think that he couldn't be my brother and be dead set on the idea of just cutting ties with me?
Wait, you're serious?
Well, whatever now. I'm going to leave now, and I don't have the patience to talk with anyone anymore. Go ahead and find out about this on your own now. But if you're starting to panic now, I think you're a bit too late. 30 minutes later...
Grant, come back here right now. Where did you run off to? Please answer me.
No, thank you. Why do you think I have the desire to listen to your actual voice now? I never want to hear that annoying voice of yours again.
Drew said that he's going to be canceling the wedding. He's wondering who it was that pushed his little brother into that pool of water. Please don't tell him it was me.
I don't think I'll ever have to tell him for him to find out that it was you.
Oh, crap, he found out.
That went by pretty fast. But I guess there weren't many people there that are crazy enough to do something like you did to me.
This is all going to crap. I've never once seen Drew this upset before. He just told me that he never ever wants to see my face again after this. There has to be something he's confused about right now, right?
Well, if you're the one that's getting this worked up over something like this, then it's probably you that's the one that caused all of this. Don't you think?
Seems like the people around me that saw what I did even went to my parents about it. They're both pissed as well now. They're saying I'm the worst human they've ever seen and don't want anything to do with me from now on.
Well, what your parents are thinking is probably the right choice.
Well, what does that mean? Do you not get that this is all your fault? I want you to get back here right now and help me.
What?
It's your fault that my wedding is going to be canceled. I never once thought that for whatever reason you'd turn out to be Drew's little brother. I'm sure that if I'd known you were his brother, then I never would have gone that far with you. So, that being said, this isn't my fault, right?
Camila, are you trying to screw around right now?
Huh? Why? I'm just asking for you to come and help me out of this.
Even if you think that I'll come to help you, what makes you think I have any reason to help you? No matter how hard you try from now on to make this all my fault, you were the one that chose to discriminate against me. I'd say this is what you deserve. It's because of the way you thought of me that your wedding turned out this way.
There's no reason for you to be saying such rude things to me now. You're my old classmate, so you should want to help me. Knowing that you should be able to help me now, right?
And what could possibly make me want to help you just because you're my old classmate?
Come on, we're friends, right?
Excuse me? Friends?
That's why I was thinking of all this as two friends messing around with each other. I really want to marry your brother now, so please? I was finally able to find a man that thinks in the same way I do. I'll be able to become a housewife after marrying a well-off man like him. I'm literally at the part of my life where all of my dreams are supposed to come true. I can't just let myself be thrown away by him last minute.
Camila, I think it's really time you stop screwing around about all of this.
Huh? Grant?
I can barely walk on my own, yet you pushed me into the fountain. Having a prosthetic leg like this one is pretty heavy. Do you understand that? If there weren't people there to help me out of the water, I would have been in serious trouble. I could have died.
Now, you don't have to blow it all that much out of proportion. You can calm down a bit more, right? All I wanted to do was play around with you a little bit, like a prank. I never once thought people would take all of this so seriously. Do you think we can all just calm down a little before making any huge and negative choices?
Even if you do think of it as just some prank, you still almost got me killed. And now you think that because Drew's my brother, I'll be able to help you out of the situation you put yourself into? Do you have something wrong with your head? I have no need to help you out after all of this. If you really do still want to get married to him, why don't you go and try to talk to him about this instead of me? I have nothing else to say to you now. Now it's your turn to confront the people that you pissed off about all of this.
You're kidding. I have to go and talk to them now?
Well, I already told them everything about how you've treated me.
What? Why would you do something as needless as that? I can't believe all of this right now. There was really no reason for you letting them know anything about this. Now I really can blame you for all of this. You're the one that's ruined any chance I had of making my dream come true.
Go ahead and say whatever you'd like, you dog. I know that my brother has no use for a disgrace like you, and I really hope he's lost any piece of you that he held in his heart. I had to tell them because you couldn't help yourself.
But I told you that this all isn't that big of a deal. Was everything that I did really that bad?
You still don't get it, do you? Of course it all was.
But I apologized to you for it. So you should be forgiving me now, right?
Since when did you apologize to me? And even if you did, this isn't something that a simple apology will fix. I'm going to have to take you to court over this.
Huh? To court? What the hell does that mean?
Well, I was telling my brother about this. I also asked to make sure he was okay with it. And then I called the police. I believe that they'll be arriving there pretty soon.
The police? Oh, come on now, Grant. You're just bullcrapping me now, right?
I had no intention of getting the law involved in any of this, and I didn't want to ruin my brother's wedding. But when I realized he'd be marrying a criminal, I had no choice but to take action against you. But before I even could, Drew was already on top of it. He called the police even before finding out it was you, because he wanted to make sure they got there before the criminal could get away.
Hold on. Criminal? Who here is a criminal? I'm a bit scared now.
Come on! I said it was you!
Huh?
I think that with the help of the police, you'll be able to understand all you've done wrong a whole lot better. It's one thing to make fun of me for missing a leg and all that, but pushing me into a deep pool of water is really messed up. So messed up, actually, that it can be seen as assault. Do you understand what'll happen to you if the police see it that way? You laughed at me as I struggled to get out of that water!
But I never meant for you to get hurt by any of that. Actually, I think I might have been a little bit tipsy at the time. It's my wedding, after all, so I had a little bit to drink. I might not have noticed what I was doing at the time. I might have thought at the time that it'd be funny to push you in, but now I can see it wasn't that good of an idea, huh? I'm sorry. See? Now I'm apologizing, so you can forgive me, right?
You're asking way too much now. I plan to have you burn in hell for this. I could tell that you had every intent of pushing me into that water and then laughing about it. However, it seems that in the end, you're the one that pushed yourself into the deep hole you dug.
You can't be serious, right? That's all just you talking, right? Grant, I'm really sorry for all of this. Can you please forgive me?
My condolences. I was really looking forward to my brother's wedding today. It looked like it was going to be so much fun. But I told you, didn't I? I said that you were going to regret what you'd done. After that... And just like that, the police that Drew called for had arrived at the wedding hall. Not only did the wedding have to be canceled, but there were police now asking everyone that saw the incident about the details. At this point, Camila was in a huge panic, and as she started to freak out, she tried to run away while still in her wedding dress, causing her to trip on it and land in the very fountain she pushed me into. However, after seeing what she'd done to me previously, no one came to save her from the deep pool. Well, however you decide to look at this whole story, we can all agree that this is exactly what she deserved. And that's probably why nobody cared that she sat there almost drowning while crawling out. Not even the parents came to come help her, nor the police, who were too busy getting ready to take her in. Actually, most of the people there began to record videos of her screaming and crying in that pool of water, before finally an officer came over and helped her out. After that, she was taken away by the officers, and nobody really knows about what happened to her since. I bet she once thought everyone around her felt jealous about the life she had, but really, everyone must have felt sorry for how terrible of a person she was.
Hey, you old hag! When the hell are you going to move out? I'm sick and tired of living under the same roof as you. I don't want to have to see your ugly face every day. It's unbearable.
What do you want now, Mia? Don't you think you're being a little rude to me? You're an adult. People expect you to have some manners.
You're one to talk. You don't have any manners yourself. I know that you only married my father for his money.
What in the world are you talking about? Where did you get a crazy idea like that? You shouldn't make such accusations without any proof. By the way, are you eating at home tonight?
There's no way that I'm eating any food that you prepared.
Okay, whatever. I wasn't planning on cooking for you in the first place. You never share your plans with me, so it's hard for me to prepare meals for you. You need to study for your college entrance exams. Shouldn't you be at home preparing?
You're not my mother. Don't tell me what to do. I don't respect you, and I never will. When I was younger, I stupidly thought that you were my mother, but not anymore.
What changed? You used to be so loving and adorable. I miss the old you. I've only been living with you for 5 years, but you've changed a lot in this time. When I first met you, you were only 12. You were such a sweet little girl.
You stole my father's money. He's broke because of you.
I did no such thing.
He's asking me to get a job and earn some money to help him out. This is all your fault. You spend all of his money. My father tells me that he doesn't have enough money to pay for my school. He should have never married you. You ruined our lives. And I'm not going to forgive you. Ever.
I don't know what your father told you, but I certainly didn't marry him for his money, I assure you. If I wanted to marry for money, I would have found someone wealthier. You actually don't know how much I do for this family. I'm not the enemy here.
You can't fool me. I know you're the one that bankrupted us. My father told me not to believe your lies. We're not even related. Of course I would believe my father over you. I want you to move out of our house and stay out of our lives.
I can't believe that your father would call me a liar. That's very hurtful. You shouldn't be blaming me for any of this. I'm on your side here. You shouldn't take me for granted.
Why in the world would I believe the garbage coming out of your mouth?
Fine, then talk to your father. There's no point in us talking if you're not going to believe a word that I say. What were you thinking? How could you do this to me?
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, I'm broke. Did you leave money for me at the house like I asked you to?
I told you over and over again that I can't let you spend our money so carelessly. That's why I didn't leave you any money at the house.
What am I supposed to do with no money, though?
You need to be more careful with your spending. This is all your fault.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm mad at you because you told your daughter that I stole all of your money, which is completely untrue. How could you say that when I'm the one paying for everything? Mia thinks it's my fault that we're not able to pay for her tuition. She's also angry with me because she needs to get a job to pay for her living expenses.
She's going to be a college student soon, and it's about time she learned to earn some money. She's already been accepted into a college, which means that she's not busy studying anymore.
It just sounds like you're going to make her work and that you'll use her money yourself. I mean, that's what you're doing with me. Mia is your daughter. You should be the one taking care of her, not the other way around.
Shut up! You don't need to lecture me about how to raise my daughter. I need some money. We're married. As my wife, you should give it to me.
You act like I'm a complete stranger to Mia, but I've been raising her all these years too. You're being very unfair. Have it your way then. I don't care anymore. I'll just think about myself from now on.
I don't understand why you're getting so upset with me. Just give me the money that I need, and I'll leave you alone. I need to be somewhere early tomorrow morning, so I need the money before then.
Okay, whatever. I need to go now.
My father and I don't want you to live with us anymore. Pack your bags and leave, bitch.
What did you just call me, Mia? You need to watch the filthy words coming out of your mouth.
You're my stepmother. I don't have to listen to a thing you say. We don't need you in our lives anymore. I don't want to see you ever again.
I can't believe that you're doing this to me after all that I've done for you and your father. I'm the one who's been providing all the money for this family all these years. I guess your father failed to mention that.
I filed the divorce papers.
What?
So there's no reason for you to continue to live with us. You're no longer welcome at our house.
I never imagined that my 18-year-old stepdaughter would do something so outrageous.
I don't need a stepmom that's gonna live off of my father's money.
I have a decent job, you know. What kind of lies has your father been feeding you?
You used up all of my father's money and he's broke because of you. How could you do that to your own husband? I might not even be able to afford college now because of what you did. I never want to see your ugly face again.
What did I ever do to you? I'm the one that's been taking care of our family. You're going to regret kicking me out like this. I guess your father was taking all the credit. I'll leave you alone as you wish. Goodbye, Mia.
I wish that my father had never met you. You took 5 good years away from us. You were only after his money. You never loved either of us. Have a nice life without us. Goodbye!
I will. Your father is the one that's going to have trouble living without me.
How could you say that? One vicious lie after the other.
I guess the divorce papers that we had signed previously came in handy. I can now get rid of your lousy father.
We're ecstatic to have you out of our lives.
Let me just tell you the truth before I go.
You mean more lies?
Your father is the one that's unemployed. I have a job that pays me well. He's the one that's been using me for my money. He uses my hard-earned money to buy himself whatever he wants. But I put up with it because he was my husband.
I can't believe that you're trying to blame all this on my father. You're evil. My father would never be so irresponsible. You don't want to take the blame for your failed marriage, so you're trying to make my father look like the bad guy.
You just don't seem to understand that your father has been lying to you this entire time. I feel sorry for you. It's not your fault that your father is the way that he is. I've actually been wanting to leave him for a long time, so you did me a favor by filing those divorce papers.
I see. I'm glad it worked out for the both of us then. I thought that you'd be begging my father to take you back. You're not as desperate as I thought.
Actually, I fell out of love with your father a long time ago, especially when I realized how irresponsible he was with his spending. I asked for a divorce many times in the past, but he was the one who didn't want to get divorced. It makes sense, seeing as he was living off of my money. I actually hired a divorce lawyer recently. Thank you for helping me get divorced. I've been waiting for this day for such a long time.
I had no idea that you had a divorce lawyer. I always thought that my father was the one that wanted to leave you. Aren't you the one that's living off of my father's money?
It looks like your father deceived you well. Now that I'm no longer married to your father, I have no obligation to financially support either of you. The mortgage was under my name, but I transferred it to your father's name, seeing that I won't be living with you two anymore. You and your father will be responsible for paying the remaining mortgage.
I had no idea that you were the one paying for it in the first place. This must be your sick idea of a joke.
You don't need to believe me. I don't care, and it doesn't concern me. Your father will be up to his eyes in bills. I wish you both the best of luck.
I'm sure that my father will have no issues in paying the bills now that you're out of his life. I mean, you're the one that spent all of his money in the first place.
Your father is unemployed and addicted to gambling. I'm fairly certain that he won't be able to pay his bills.
So, you're not making all this up?
Talk to your father if you don't believe me. I'll pack up my things and move out just like you wanted me to. Thanks again for filing those divorce papers. I'm not sure how long you'll be able to continue living in the house. The mortgage payments are not cheap.
You don't need to worry about us. I have my father to protect me.
Believe what you want, but your house will be taken from you if you can't pay the mortgage. Enjoy life with your father.
I don't understand why he ever married you. I'm glad to have you out of our lives.
I only stayed with your father because I was worried about you. If I really wanted to, I could have divorced him, but I thought that you and I were on good terms. I was worried about what would happen to you if I left your father.
So, you're saying that you stayed married to my father for me?
I didn't want your father to ruin your life. But then you turned on me and kicked me out, so I have no intention of helping you anymore. I considered paying your tuition at the very least, but I don't even want to do that after the way you treated me.
I had no idea that you were paying my tuition.
Well, now you know. I paid for all your school-related expenses. I even paid for your cram school. I was even ready to pay for your college education.
So, my father didn't pay any of it? What was he doing this entire time?
He was gambling all of my money away. He also liked to go drinking with his friends.
My father isn't like that at all.
If you say so. I'm going to go now. I wish that things hadn't ended up so badly between us, but it did, and I have to accept that and move on.
Well, this isn't the ending that I wanted either. We used to get along. My father tricked me. This isn't my fault. I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't think that my father is the monster that you describe him to be.
I can understand why you want to see the best in your parents. It was the same for me. But my parents were lousy, and I came to accept that eventually. That's why I was so keen on helping you. I never thought you'd treat me like this, though. You don't deserve my help. Goodbye, Mia. Let's go back to being strangers.
Please don't say that. Why don't we all sit down and talk about this? I'll come home this evening, so let's sort this out together.
It's too late for that, Mia.
Why not? I finally know the truth about my father.
Your father and I are divorced now. There's nothing left to talk about. I think you should start worrying about how you're going to pay for your college tuition now that you don't have me to rely on.
What are you saying?
If you still want to go to college, you're going to have to earn the money yourself or ask your father to help you out. Although, I wouldn't count on your father for the money.
So, you're saying that I won't be able to go to college unless I find a way to pay for it?
That's right. I was already working at your age, so I'm sure that it won't be difficult for you either. I paid for my own tuition. Good luck with everything. It might be tough at first because you've never had to work for anything in your life.
So you're just gonna leave me to deal with this all on my own then? I thought that you were nicer than this.
I can say the same about you. I've contributed to your family for over 5 years now. I've done my part. Now it's your turn. You should be thanking me if anything. You're the one that kicked me out. Deal with it. Good luck taking care of your lousy father. True to her word, Melanie packed up her things and moved out of the house, leaving Mia alone with her father. Mia never saw Melanie again. Mia asked her father for his help in paying her college tuition, but he laughed in her face. Her father was furious with Mia for filing the divorce papers without his permission. Mia had no choice but to get a job, and she gave up her dreams of going to college. Things got so bad for Mia that she ended up leaving her final year of high school. Mia regretted not believing Melanie and had wished she had treated Melanie better. Now, Mia's living in a shitty apartment with her good-for-nothing father. Mia goes to work every day wondering why she had made so many mistakes in her life. Melanie is enjoying being single again and is stress-free because she doesn't have to worry about her ex-husband taking money from her anymore.